Hey there, Cinephiles. Today we're going to talk about Scream 6 and see where it ranks amongst the Scream franchise. Scream 6 is, well, the sixth Scream film, and the first without Sidney Prescott. Kinda seems like legacy sequels are doing a lot of continuing past their main characters recently. Creed 3. But honestly, just like the Creed movies, this has strong enough characters in the forefront that you don't need the original cast. If anything, they're starting to feel tired and in the way. Sorry, Gail, but it's okay to ride off into the morning show sunset now. But anyway, the two main focal points of the most likely sequel trilogy are Sam and Tara Carpenter, both characters who have grown since Scream 5. In general, too, those that come over from the last film, like Chad and Mindy, are also fun to have on screen again. This core four is genuinely great. Not saying they're a step up from the main three of the first four Scream films, Sidney, Gale, and Dewey, but they did do a wonderful job at giving us a new group to follow that we care about. I do like that for as meta as the Scream franchise has always been, they touch on how their legacy characters in the franchise that is now their lives. I have to say though that some of the side characters surrounding the core four are undercooked, which isn't the best. However, when some of them meet their demise, the tension is still there. That's one thing that the film does well. Even with its now sixth entry, the suspense in this is at an all-time high for the franchise. The subway scene in particular is one that I wanted to end because it was spiking my anxiety. The scene itself is so good that you can feel how into it the audience was. Some people were straight up yelling and rooting for these characters to survive during those scenes. Throughout the whole movie, the kills are gruesome and fun. It just feels leveled up as even the beginning is something that is unexpected, which I truly appreciate, and from the first 10 minutes, I already knew I was going to enjoy the film. I would get into details, but man, you just gotta go see it for yourself. Speaking of details I cannot get into, the Ghostface reveal. I'll keep this short, but my theories were wrong. I do believe that there was some room that allowed for better motivated Ghostface killings. However, the reveal happens and then it goes into a fun ending. I'm genuinely excited to see if they actually make another and it be the end of the franchise for a while. And with how much money this has made opening weekend, it seems like the franchise will thrive. Of course, if they do make Scream 5, 6, and 7 its own trilogy, that would make Scream 4 stick out even more as its own movie apart from the first three too. I mean, even visually, it stands out already enough and always felt unnecessary to me. And I'd be down to see what they do with the hopeful final Scream. I just need them to make the R in Scream a 7. Skasevenim. Just rolls off the tongue. I have to say, overall, I was surprised with Scream 6. It was a lot of fun, and just thinking about it makes me want to go see it again soon. It's not a perfect Scream movie, let alone perfect movie overall, but I had a lot of fun with it, and if you're a fan of any other Scream movie, you'll have fun with this one too. I give Scream 6 a 3 out of 5 stars. It's fun, and I got invested, and that's all I can ask for. Also, the New York setting was fun to play around with, and I just gotta say, I love the weathered look of the Ghostface mask. Also, shout out to the person wearing the Ghostface costume in my theater. I thought a Scream 2 situation was going to happen though. But alright, now that I've talked about my thoughts on the latest film, I wanted to share where it ranks amongst the other Scream movies by going over my overall ranking of the franchise. Starting at the bottom and working my way up, I have Scream 4 in last place. It is the ugly stepchild of the bunch and honestly the only bad Scream movie. There was only one good new character and I just think it was wasted potential overall. Of course there is fun stuff in it. I mean, it's a Scream movie, so of course there's going to be fun stuff, but I wouldn't watch it again unless I'm doing my now yearly Scream marathon. In fifth place, which mind you is a bit of a gap because I like this movie, but something has to go fifth, and that is Scream 2. The college film. It's fun and cute, but they didn't set up Ghostface well enough in the film. I like the idea, but not the execution. The beginning of the film was fun and honestly unsettling, and I do love the growth for Sidney in this, but overall it's an okay movie with plenty of great sequences. In fourth place, I have Scream 2022, aka Scream 5, aka 5 Cream, the start of the reboot trilogy. This came out last year to some more mixed reviews than I felt like were deserved, but it sets up the newest film really well. I mean, the movie even shows a stab Blu-ray that I now need. As cautious as I get when a legacy sequel is made, this was fun and uses meta-ness really well to continue the Ghostface killings. I didn't love who the killers were, but the motivations do reflect internet culture, so that works to a degree. This may feel a bit high, but it's for respect to Dewey. If you know, you know. Also, shout out to Jenna Ortega, who's great and an up-and-coming Scream queen. Coming in at third is the latest film of the franchise, and that is Scream 6, New York, New Rules Indeed. This was just so much fun from the beginning that felt so fresh to Ghostface being so menacing to still being silly and tonally working so damn well. I can't wait to see Scream 7. I had just found out that my number 2 is divisive, and that is Scream 3. First off, justice for Scream 3. The only real negative I have about this movie is that the kills were pulled back from being so extravagant and bloody because of unfortunate real-world events. I completely understand why they had to do it, but that's okay because the film is still fun overall. From the ghost face to the movie mirrors of the characters. I mean, the two Gales, come on, that dynamic was so fun to follow. Once again, more growth for Sydney and her becoming even more badass. Dewey as fantastic as ever, and I'm also a sucker for endings, and this was a great ending for the original Scream trilogy. It wraps up stuff very well and brought back a certain character in a great way. Also, some of the lines are just iconic. If you think this is the worst film, I'm sorry, but that's just crazy to me. Finally, at number 1, I have Scream, the original. It's meta, it's gruesome, it's funny, and just the overall package. This is something that I can throw on at any time and know that it will be a great time. It's the classic and continues to be elevated with every watch. Not much for me to say that hasn't already been said, and it may be a basic pick, but I think it's the right one. But alright, those are my thoughts on Scream 6 and the whole franchise. It's so fun to go through these and watch them every year with my friends. Let me know your thoughts on the latest Scream and your rankings of them down in the comments below. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on our socials too. As always, thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Stay tuned for more Yeti Films content, like our new short film Infinite Dates coming out next week, and I'll watch you later.